There really was no other place I wanted to go.
Born and raised in Iowa, and my grandpa was a Hawkeye, and I always wanted to be like him.
I've always been a big fan of Iowa Hawkeye football.
Iowa has the best fans in the world, sports or just the university in general.
I came here for the energy, I came here for the spirit, and I definitely stayed for the people.
I would say that the Hawkeye community is uplifting. It takes you under its wing and launches you up.
There is an avenue and a person for everything at this university. Whatever you need, someone's there to help you.
So many of the faculty have so much real-world experience that they can share.
Being able to work with them and learn from them has been an awesome experience.
Feeling that resilience that the student body develops throughout the year, supporting one another, the highs and lows, I just feel so embraced and loved.
The most valuable thing I've learned at Iowa is perseverance, how to try again, get up when you fall.
When you get a classroom full of people from a whole bunch of different backgrounds, you learn that there's a ton of different ways to approach a single problem.
My biggest takeaway is to not shy from new experiences.
I learned how to say yes, and that has opened me up to make a lot of connections and to really grow into the pharmacist I have become thus far.
I would like to thank my parents for their unwavering support for these last 8 years, my husband for being a great study buddy during those long study sessions in dental school.
I want to thank my wife, Bree, and my family who have supported me every step of the way.
My friends and my neighbors, and especially my running partners who have heard about my dissertation for the past 10 years.
My fiance has basically been there for me through all of pharmacy school, and he's seen the ups and downs and the successes and the areas of improvement, and so he's been my rock, and I'm really thankful.
Graduates, you've never looked more ready to take on the world. I'm Jill Kalesser, and I have the honor of serving as the 10th Dean of the University of Iowa College of Pharmacy. Before we begin today's commencement ceremony, I'd like to offer a few acknowledgments and brief announcements. First, thank you to our talented brass quintet, Evan Fowler and Ryan Banks on the trumpet, Keely Cruz on horn, Professor Jonathan Allen on trombone, and Professor John Manning on tuba. We're grateful for the music you're providing to mark this occasion. We also extend our appreciation to Amy Williams, today's American Sign Language interpreter from Hands Up Communication, for ensuring accessibility for all. A sincere thank you goes to the Hansher Auditorium team, as well as the University and College of Pharmacy commencement planning teams. Your dedication and attention to detail have made today's celebration possible. And lastly, please silence your cell phones at this time. It's truly my honor to welcome you all to today's graduation ceremony. We are honored to be joined by our distinguished platform guests, dedicated faculty and staff, cherished family members, and friends. We're grateful to have you with us as we honor the achievements of these exceptional graduates. And a special welcome to the class of 2025. Today marks the 139th commencement of the University of Iowa College of Pharmacy, a proud tradition of excellence and achievement. We gather to celebrate the remarkable individuals seated before me. What began nearly 4 years ago with the donning of your white coats now culminates in this moment, a testament to their dedication, perseverance, and countless hours of study, reflection, and growth in the profession. Through rigorous preparation, late nights, early mornings, maybe a few too many energy drinks, you have earned your place among the distinguished graduates of our college. At this time, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the individuals joining me on the platform this morning. Please stand when I call your name. Beginning from my far left, your right, they are Dr. Cindy Sinoski, our Associate Dean for Student Affairs. Dr. Sinoski is a tireless advocate for our students, guiding them through admissions, academic support, and student life with care and dedication. Dr. Mary Ray, our Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. Dr. Ray leads our curriculum, assessment, and accreditation efforts, and her thoughtful leadership helps shape the academic excellence that we're so proud of. Together, they ensure our students are not only well prepared for the ever-changing world of healthcare, but also supported and encouraged during all their years. Cole Ludoff, class president, whom I'll introduce more formally later in the program. I'd also like to introduce the Teachers of the Year. Each year, each class of students selects an outstanding teacher. In addition, faculty select one collegiate Teacher of the Year. Again, please stand as I name you and remain standing. Dr. Mary Schrader, Collegiate Teacher of the Year. Our class Teachers of the Year, Dr. Jim Haynes, Dr. Shelley Fravel, and Dr. Nicole Brogdon. Please join me in honoring their achievements in student learning. Dr. Donald Latender is today's distinguished commencement speaker, whom I'll also introduce more formally later in the program. And we're very honored today to have Dr. Barbara J. Wilson, the University of Iowa's 22nd president. President Wilson will be conferring the degrees during today's ceremony. I would also like to take a moment to recognize the family, friends, and colleagues of our students, both those with us today and those unable to be here in person. Your unwavering support has been instrumental to their success throughout the program. We are truly honored to have you as part of our Iowa Pharmacy family. Thank you for your encouragement, guidance, and love that you've shown to the graduates of the class of 2025. It is now my distinct honor to introduce Cole Ludoff, president of the class of 2025. Cole grew up in Washington, Illinois, and after a storied high school career as a graduate of Washington County High School, including receiving an award for leadership on the football team, he attended the University of Iowa for his undergraduate studies prior to pharmacy school. During his pharmacy education, he participated in the Healthcare Business Leadership Program, served as the co-chair of Engagement Week, is a pharmacy student ambassador, and has been an active member on both the Collegiate Curriculum Committee and Collegiate Admissions Committee. Following graduation, Cole will return to his hometown in Washington, Illinois, to begin practicing as a pharmacist at CVS. He will undoubtedly make a difference in patient lives and in his community as a valuable healthcare leader and advocate. I have been particularly impressed with Dr. Ludoff's thoughtfulness and leadership, and we are delighted to have Cole representing the exemplary class of 25. I know we share this pride with those members of his family who are here with us today: his mother Molly, father Brian, stepmother Desiree, and wife Lexi. I would ask the members of Cole's family who are present to please stand so we can recognize you. Now, please join me in welcoming soon-to-be Dr. Cole Ludoff to the podium, where he will provide remarks representing the outstanding class of 2025.
I've learned from my father a few very important aspects of a good speech. His criteria are that it should make an audience laugh, it should make them teary-eyed or cry, and at some point it should rhyme. Oh, you already know. We'll see how I do. I want to start out by saying how incredibly honored I am to serve as our class president and to be able to speak to everyone here today. That being said, before I get too far into this, I want to take a moment to thank the man I believe has been our real class president, Charlie Isles. You served us for 3 years, which were most certainly the challenging and uncertain by far. Thank you for your courage and your drive to make the class of 2025 special. I wouldn't be in this position today if it wasn't for you. Thank you, buddy. Now, I don't want this speech to be about me, but I have a list of people I would be remiss not to thank while I'm on this stage today. I'd like to thank my wife, Lexi. Hi, honey. My parents, Molly, Brian, and stepmother, Desiree. My siblings, who I won't name all of them. My extended family, and certainly my friends. Without them, again, I would not be here today. To all of the family, the friends, and the loved ones of all of the class of 2025, thank you, for without you, none of this would be possible. To the faculty and staff, we have no idea how much you do for us, how much you care for our success, and the level to which you are dedicated to students. For that, the class of 2025 thanks you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you. Phew. I made it through my thank yous, and I'm probably about out of time. So for the next part, I'm going to have to speed it up a little bit. If you find yourself not quite following, just like our classes, I'm sure this lecture is being recorded. You can watch it at half speed later. Here we go. Class of 2025, I just want to take a quick moment to reflect on the journey we've all taken. 4 years is a very long time, but wow, how it seemed to come and go. Think back to that time 4 years ago. It probably started with a call from Liz. Congratulations, you've been accepted to the University of Iowa College of Pharmacy. And just like that, we were off. Engagement week, where you may have met your best friend, your 5 a.m. study buddy, or for some of you, your current partner. Then came the white coat ceremony in this very building 4 years ago. Classes start, things seem to progress. I learned the hard way I couldn't afford to print 200 slides of pharmacology per lecture. And then just as we were getting the hang of things, here come the IPCs. New leadership roles and IPPs, where I wish I had $1 for every time I said, I'm just a P2, I don't know yet. Then came P3 year, finishing up IPCs. You're leaders in your respective orgs. You're feeling like the big dogs on campus. That feeling was short-lived, though, as we all ventured into the real world of P4 year. No more just learning it for the tests. These are real people with real lives and real medication regimens. P4 year is emotional, it's challenging, and it's a test of your character, but it's formative, it's refreshing, and it's finally making a difference. How much of a difference? Well, you can take my word for it, or you can get out a calculator. Class of 2025 in the past year, working 8 rotations for 5 days a week for 5 weeks, if you cared for or positively impacted just 10 patients a day, and I think that's a low ball, we collectively impacted over 2,000 patients per student, or a low estimate of 170,000 patients in this last year, which means at that rate, in just 10 years, our class will have interacted with or changed the lives of over 1.7 million people. I think that's making a difference. As we've reflected on our journey, it's clear we're ready for what lies ahead. I am so incredibly proud of each and every one of you. How blessed am I to get to call you my class, my peers, my friends, and my family. On that note, I'm left with just one more thing. Something a little less reminiscent and perhaps a bit more future-focused. My rhyme to the class of 2025. We've come a long way in our journey, but remember not to be in a hurry. We're the next generation of pharmacy, entrusted to care for any ailment from hypertension to rashes to anxiety. Believe in yourself because you're truly amazing. You've got it in you. Go out there, start trailblazing. And when times get tough, rely on each other. We're not just classmates, we're friends, depending on one another. I'm so blessed to have met you all. In every challenge, you stood tall. Many will go off and develop a new why. Just remember your roots, you're an Iowa Hawkeye. No matter the distance, no matter how far, your strengths and your spirit will show you who you are. So chase every dream, rise up and stand proud. Your Hawkeye heart will shine through every cloud. Congratulations, class of 2025. You're Iowa's newest doctors of pharmacy. Go out there and make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Cole, for those very thoughtful remarks. I think you had a very successful speech. I laughed multiple times. I got teary-eyed, and it did rhyme, so thank you. Well, I'm sure he needs no introduction. I'm now delighted to introduce today's commencement speaker. Dr. Donald Latender serves as professor of the University of Iowa College of Pharmacy, past dean and former chairman of the board at the University of Iowa Pharmaceuticals, an FDA-registered drug manufacturing enterprise. Following completion of his doctorate in pharmacy and a clinical residency at the University of Kentucky, he served as assistant director and assistant professor of pharmacy at the University of Kansas Medical Center, spent nearly 2 decades on the senior staff of the American Society of Health System Pharmacists, serving much of that time as Director of Accreditation Services, and as Dean and Professor, University of Rhode Island College of Pharmacy, and Executive Secretary of the Rhode Island State Crime Laboratory Commission, immediately prior to assuming his responsibilities in Iowa. As a clinical practitioner, clinical scientist, educator, association staff member, and now academic administrator, Dr. Latender has been at the vanguard of change in healthcare throughout his career. Dr. Latender actively led the development and implementation of standards that have helped influence the implementation of safe medication distribution and use practices, as well as direct patient care services in hundreds of hospitals and health systems throughout North America. Moreover, his efforts help shape pharmacy residency and technician training worldwide. the eldest of 8 children, son of a 5th-generation cabinet maker, first-generation collegiate, husband to his high school sweetheart, father of 4, and grandfather of 11, Dr. Latender is a native of ancient Massachusetts. Among his many awards and special citations, Dr. Latender was bestowed honorary residency status by New York's Montefiore Medical Center and the University of Wisconsin Hospitals and Clinics. He was the recipient of the University of Kentucky's prestigious Paul F. Parker Lecture Award, received the Massachusetts College of Pharmacy Outstanding Alumni Achievement Award, and was awarded the American Pharmacists Association Academy of Students Pharmacists Outstanding Dean Award. Named to the University of Kentucky College of Pharmacy Hall of Distinguished Alumni, and a Lifetime Achievement Award received from the Iowa Pharmacy Association. He has also delivered the University of Kentucky College of Pharmacy Foster Lectureship Lecture. I would like also to take a moment to acknowledge Dr. Latender's wife, Louise, close friend Kathy Temple, and other family and friends who are joining him today in person or watching live. Thank you for being with us today. Dr. Latender wears the Commencement Medallion today as a symbol of the honor and responsibility bestowed upon the selected speaker to inspire our graduates as they embark on their next journey. Please join me in welcoming to the podium this year's distinguished commencement speaker, former Dean and Professor Don Latender.
You look good. You look really good. And I was thinking, as I was sitting there, we were deprived of your smile 4 years ago when we first met, weren't we? Came together in that white coat ceremony, and as Professor Duba said in his acknowledgement last night at the awards ceremony, the only thing we could see was the top half of your face. It's so nice to see your smiles here today. Cole, I think you have a future in public speaking. One more time for Cole. Wasn't that a great job? Greetings, President Wilson, Dean Kolesser, faculty and staff colleagues, and most especially the graduating class of 2025, and your loved ones who are here to share in your accomplishments and the joy that it brings. I'd like to use the privilege of this podium to acknowledge 2 individuals before I make my remarks. First, my girlfriend of 55 years. This next month, of those 55 will have been married 50. We met in high school chemistry, and we like to say that we met in chemistry and then there was chemistry. She has contributed more to this college and the University of Iowa over the course of the last 2 decades than most realize. And I would be remiss in this last opportunity I have to address our colleagues and friends here in the College of Pharmacy not to acknowledge my girlfriend of 55 years, Louise. Louise, could you please stand so we could acknowledge you? And secondly, Dean Kolesser. She's the 10th dean in our storied history. Jill, I wish you great success. And I hope your journey as dean is as professionally fulfilling and personally fulfilling and professionally rewarding as my journey has been. So all the best to you and great success. Let's give it up for Dean Kolesser. I feel especially privileged to be here today on this auspicious occasion and would like to extend my heartfelt thanks once again to Dean Kolesser for the invitation to serve as this year's commencement speaker. I am deeply, deeply honored. Have you ever heard the term southpaw? For those of you who may not have heard the term, it is a euphemism for being left-handed. By a show of hands, left hands, of course, how many left-handers do we have in the audience? A goodly number. And for the rest of you, please know that we're the only ones who think in our right minds. Think about that for a moment. As was mentioned earlier, I am the eldest of 8 children and the only left-hander in my entire family. My dad was a master carpenter and fifth-generation furniture and cabinet maker. According to my dad, if the world were populated totally by left-handed people, nothing would be square. The world would be built with a perpetual slant to the right. The fact that I'm a southpaw is germane to my message to today's graduates. I was 8 years old. I used to have to cross from my home to the elementary school that I went to every day. I had to cross in front of the shop that my grandfather and father and uncle and 3 other gentlemen worked at. One day, my job at the end of the day, my job in the morning was to drop off my dad's lunch. My job at the end of the day was to go in the shop and sweep the floor. The sawdust went in one corner and the shavings went in another. The shavings were used by pet stores, and the sawdust was used to help fuel the wood in the wintertime to warm the building. The day I was in there was not unlike any other. However, at one moment in time, my dad asked me if I could come and sit down with him. And as I did, my grandfather shut off his machine, my uncle shut off his, the other 3 men shut off theirs, and I went in this tiny little room, which my grandfather called his office. I sat on my dad's knee, and he said, what are you going to do in the future? I was in 3rd grade. I said, Papa, I want to be like you. I want to be like Pepe. I want to be like my uncle, my godfather. And he said, you can't. And I said, why? And he said, because you're left-handed. And I was struck by that. And he said, all of these tools in this workshop are right-handed tools. My dad raised his right hand, my grandfather, my uncle, and the other. He said, you need an education. My dad only went to the 6th grade, but he knew the power of education. That message that day set me on a new journey. I would like to recognize other first-generation collegiates. I know that in this class alone, there are 27 of this class who are first-generation collegiates. Could the 27 of you stand up so we can acknowledge you? First-generation collegiates. Thank you. And may I ask, just very quickly, those of you in the audience who are first-generation collegiates, because your journey has inspired others, you know that. The other first-generation collegiates in the audience, please stand. The other first-generation collegiates in the audience. Look at that. My father died on October 26th, 2004. I had been holding his right hand for the better part of a couple of hours leading up to his death, and I continued to hold firmly for quite some time after he had passed. The nurse who had been overseeing my dad's care that evening came in to verify his death, while my mom, 7 siblings, and my wife Louise and I encircled the bed. As the nurse listened intently, she suddenly looked up, and much to our surprise, she said she was still getting a very faint heartbeat. We were shocked. How could that be? And then the nurse noticed that I was holding firmly to my dad's hand. You see, the faint heartbeat she was picking up was not my dad's, but mine. My heartbeat was coursing through my dad's body. As time has passed, I've reflected often about my dad. A quiet, soft-spoken man, 5th-generation master carpenter, as I mentioned, who had a special talent in turning raw wood into furniture and custom cabinets. A man whose wisdom belied his 6th grade education, and a man whose work ethic, integrity, and honesty helped forever shape the lives of his 8 children and 29 grandchildren. There are many stories about my dad that my siblings and I could relive and did relive time and again. They bring us much joy and laughter, but also cause us pause as we remind ourselves about the special messages our father passed along. For a man of few words, he most certainly left behind many pearls of wisdom and much food for thought. During my youth, I frequently worked with my dad. I was his extra pair of hands and was permitted to use his tools, only sparingly because, after all, I'm a southpaw. As I noted earlier, southpaw, at least through the eyes of a master carpenter, is simply incapable of cutting a straight line. I was 13 when my dad asked me to accompany him on a job that most definitely required an extra pair of hands. He had built an elaborate wall unit that would encase a fireplace in a beautifully restored home that had been built in 1862. The unit had been constructed painstakingly in his shop over the course of a few weeks, and now, section by section, we were assembling my dad's handiwork. When we finished installing the unit, I stood back and thought to myself, how magnificent. I was so proud of my dad at that moment. He wasn't just a carpenter, I thought. No, he was something more. He was more an artist, and his medium was wood. The piece we assembled looked absolutely magnificent. However, as we stood there, my dad kept fidgeting back and forth, measuring one side and then the other, standing back with his head cocked to one side, assessing his work in relation to the room in which it was situated. Then he measured again. My dad had neither OCD, nor was he a perfectionist per se, although he did take great pride in his work. I could tell something was troubling him, but for the life of me, I could not figure out what was wrong. Can't you see it? He said. I said, see what? He then shook his head, shrugged his shoulders, and simply muttered, southpaws. You see, the problem was not his craftsmanship. The problem was that he had built a perfectly square wall unit that did not align with a century-old home. He had not accounted for the fact that there was neither a square wall nor a level floor in the house. To the trained eye, the unit did not fit as true to its surroundings as it should. And then it happened. My dad looked at me and said, let's take it down. I was incredulous. I pleaded with my dad, knowing that this piece of work was what would provide the resources needed to feed our family, pay the mortgage, and permit my mom to manage other sundry expenses. What ensued was one of the many life lessons that he passed along, which has had a profound impact on my life. My dad took the opportunity to painstakingly explain to his 13-year-old son that it would be easy to simply walk away and call it a day, collect the money due, and be gone. And, in all likelihood, the owners of the home who had hired my dad would have been as awestruck with his work as I had been and never, ever noticed the imperfections that he had called to my attention. But that is not the cloth that my dad was cut from. Honesty, integrity, and the quality of one's craftsmanship and one's good name meant more. He was hired to do a job, and he was going to do it to the best of his God-given abilities. In his mind, there was only one way to do a job, and that's the right way. No shortcuts, no excuses, no accepting something that you know is unacceptable simply because no one is looking. I would like to repeat those last few words. Simply because no one is looking. And therein lies today's message. How might the lesson I learned that day translate itself into a message for today's graduates? Well, let's examine that for a moment. There are two lines in the oath of Maimonides, the oath pharmacists take upon entering the profession. Remember that? Remember taking that at our white coat when we all stood up together? The oath of Maimonides. If you haven't read that in a while, you might want to take a peek now that you're graduating. First, there are two lines in there that are worth rereading. First, I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. And secondly, I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. With respect to the first line, it's easy to take shortcuts, to shrug our shoulders and say, good enough, to simply say to oneself, I just don't have time. After all, how will anyone know? How will the patient know that I was too busy or didn't care to do a proper job of counseling him or her about the medications they are taking? How will the patient know that I chose to ignore important aspects in their transition of care from an acute care setting back into their community or vice versa? How will the patient know that as a healthcare professional, I wasn't committed enough to maintain my obligation to lifelong learning? And as consequently, I'm not as well versed in the new medication I'm about to dispense. How will the patient know that I did not work to the best of my ability? And with respect to the second line, how will the patient know if I chose to comport myself in a manner that is not ethically, morally, or professionally what I know to be true? When push comes to shove, will you do the right thing when no one is looking? Cutting corners is easy. What is difficult is making the right choices. In our case, and as Cole mentioned earlier, that is extremely important because the people we serve are placing their lives in our hands. Your time at this great institution has come to an end. Your highly dedicated faculty, whose commitment to education and training is truly a labor of love, have imparted their wisdom, knowledge, and skills to help you build a solid foundation for your professional future. During your years of study here at Iowa, I know firsthand you have been thoroughly indoctrinated into the fundamental tenets of professionalism. Remember that word? Let's focus for a moment on the first segment, profess. To profess, one of the first things we talked about 4 years ago. To make a public declaration. What you choose to profess publicly through both word and deed, and how you exercise all of the privileges that will be bestowed upon you following passage of your boards will only be determined in the days to come. You chose to pursue pharmacy. Now you'll have the opportunity to profess openly why you did so. Remember, true professionals instill confidence, hope, and optimism, and exemplify resilience no matter the challenges that lie before them. And as professionals, tremendous opportunities will most assuredly present themselves. Please, take advantage. Upon graduating, I was supposed to enter into a shared ownership of the community pharmacy in the small town in which I grew up. Instead, by taking advantage of opportunities that presented themselves during the course of my career, I ended up as a dean for nearly a quarter of a century. If you had asked me upon graduating from pharmacy school if I would serve as a dean one day, let alone at a Big Ten institution, and I would ask you, what are you smoking? Never could I have imagined such a thing. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Take advantage of opportunities. Don't be risk averse. Strive to attain professional and personal fulfillment. If you do so, your life will be enriched in countless ways. In closing, let's take a moment and reflect upon what it means to be a pharmacist. Pharmacist. Just saying the word connotes much in today's society. Responsibility, respect, integrity, trust, and alleviation of pain and suffering are a few of the attributes that quickly come to my mind. Henceforth, you'll be called pharmacist for several reasons. First, you have earned the distinction that the title carries through your years of study and hard work. But bear in mind that this is a beginning point, not an end point. You will always be required to continue to learn and hone your skills, for a true healthcare provider's time as a student never ends. Second, you are about to enter into a very special covenant with the public. That covenant will willingly place in your hands, and in return, you'll be obligated to draw upon all of your special knowledge and skills to help ensure the health and safety of those for whom you have been entrusted to serve. Compromise is a slippery slope. Do it once, and it becomes easier. Compromise has no place in patient care. In that regard, I draw upon the words of Michelangelo, who once said, "The greatest danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark." I urge you to always aim high. Those we serve always deserve our very, very best. And third, you will become a member of a very select community. This community, called the profession of pharmacy, is one built upon discipline, effective communication, collaboration, a commitment to caring, and a resolve to advance health promotion and disease prevention. Our profession demands these things, and those we serve have come to expect nothing less. For these reasons and so many more, you'll have the unique privilege of forever bearing the designation pharmacist. After my dad died and I held firm onto his rugged right hand, my heartbeat continued to course through his body, as I noted. Over the years, I've come to realize that conversely, my dad's spirit lives on through me by virtue of the important lessons he imparted. Indeed, they course through my body and soul. I would like to believe that the special attributes my dad held dear, attributes like honesty, integrity, and hard work, have become embedded in the fabric of my life and those of my children and now grandchildren. In your coming years as a pharmacist, I sincerely hope that my message today continues to resonate with you. When no one is looking, what will you do? When no one is looking, what will you do? Will honesty, integrity, and a firm commitment to the highest professional ideals always win out? When faced with a difficult situation, one in which you truly invested yourself, will you be guided by the path that you know to be true? And in following that path and knowing there is only one correct decision to be made, will you follow your true north and do the right thing? Will you be guided by the very same principles that guided my dad that fateful day so many years ago when he simply said to his son, "Let's take it down"? I most certainly hope so. In all likelihood, this will be my last public address I'll ever give here at the University of Iowa. I am deeply honored that it was to the class of 2025. You're a special group of individuals, and you have a special future. I extend to each and every one of you my heartfelt best wishes for a life that is abundant with professional rewards and personal fulfillment. God bless you all, and thank you so very, very much for the privilege of presenting to you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Latender, for your words of inspiration and guidance over the years of these graduates. I'm now honored to introduce to you our university's president. Barbara J. Wilson became the 22nd president of the University of Iowa on July 15, 2021. She earned her bachelor's degree in journalism and her master's degree and PhD in communication arts from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. She came to Iowa most recently having served as the Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs of the University of Illinois System. Prior to that, she served as head of the Department of Communication, Vice Provost for Academic Affairs, Executive Vice Provost for Faculty and Academic Affairs, Harry E. Preble Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and Interim Chancellor of the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. President Wilson was a member of the Illinois faculty at Urbana-Champaign for 21 years. She is also professor of communication at the University of California, Santa Barbara, and the University of Louisville. President Wilson's research focuses on the social and psychological effects of the media, particularly on youth. She is co-author or co-editor of 4 books and over 80 research articles. In 2008, she was elected as a fellow of the International Communication Association. President Wilson is a native of Appleton, Wisconsin. Her spouse, John Lammers, is a retired professor of communication. They have 2 grown daughters. We are deeply honored to have President Barbara Wilson with us this morning. Please join me in welcoming Iowa's 22nd President, Dr. Barbara Wilson, who will issue her charge to the graduates. Graduates, please stand. President Wilson, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Pharmacy and are recommended to you by the faculty of the College of Pharmacy for conferring of those degrees.
Thank you, Dean Kolesser. On recommendation of the faculty of the College of Pharmacy and by the authority vested in me by the Iowa Board of Regents, I confer on each of you the degree Doctor of Pharmacy as qualified and designated. Congratulations.
Now I invite Associate Deans Ray and Snosky to please come to the podium.
Thank you, Dean Kolesser. In a few brief moments, it will be our honor to introduce the graduates of the class of 2025. First, I would like to take a brief moment to explain some of the symbolism behind the tradition of bestowing a hood on each graduate and the colors that you will see represented in the graduate's regalia. The graduation hood is a symbol of doctoral education and is the primary way to identify degrees held by graduates. The length and shape of the hood indicate the degree that is granted. The lining displays the official colors of the university awarding the degree, and the velvet trim indicates the field of study. During the processional, you may have noticed the many colors within the hoods of the faculty. Today, the graduates' hoods are olive green, recognizing the Professional Doctor of Pharmacy degree. And of course, they are lined with the beautiful black and gold of our beloved University of Iowa. Each graduate will have a hood placed over their head, symbolizing and celebrating the culmination of a significant chapter in their academic journey and marking a transition to the next chapter of their life. All of our graduates are to be recognized for their many accomplishments. In particular, stars on a gown recognize academic achievement. Cords placed across the graduate's shoulders indicate additional selected achievements in academics, leadership, service, affiliations, and involvement in professional organizations. Don't they all look wonderful? So that you can get even a better look, it is time to bring the graduates forward. We ask the graduates to line up to the left, over here, 1 row at a time. And I believe Charles Isles is going to lead the pack. We will begin with your class president, Cole Ludoff. For the benefit of family members and guests, after each graduate is named by Dean Sinoski and crosses the stage, a professional photographer will capture the moment that they are hooded. With that said, audience members may certainly come down to take pictures as well.
So let us now begin the hooding ceremony. Cole Hanyon Ludoff. Dr. Charles David Theodore Isles. Dr. Ruba Fawad Alaga. Dr. Benjamin Allington. Dr. Noor Alwan. Dr. Peyton Elizabeth Anderson. Dr. Alicia Insorn Backham. Dr. Tristan Batista Lopez. Dr. Shay Becker. Dr. Samson Bainbridge Bishop. Dr. Ruth Chujin Black. Dr. Natalie Celeste Boyer. Dr. Aaron Chinchilla. Dr. Ashley Christensen. Dr. Mitchell Scott Coleman. Dr. Abigail B. Crowner. Dr. Kylie Rose Deasing. Dr. Rami El Khatib. Dr. Lauren Alexis Finn. Dr. Reagan Taylor Fritz. Dr. Abigail Marie Fiorentino. Dr. Christina Jean Gassman. Dr. Lauren Riley Gravert. Dr. Isaac Hansen. Dr. Lauren Beth Hansen. Dr. Rain Michelle Hollenbach. Dr. Sarah Ho. Dr. Courtney Danielle Howe. Dr. Porter Scott Hummel. Dr. Saba Omer Ibrahim. Dr. Jonathan Ferris Issa. Dr. Callie Jensen. Dr. Jenna Augusta Kane. Dr. Dia Carcara. Dr. Michaela Jo Carr. Dr. Se Jin Kim. Dr. Kayla Nicole Kinney. Dr. Allie Lorene Kinsey. Dr. Jacob Coco Ludeman. Dr. Olivia Jill Kulishevitz. Dr. Christy Lee. Dr. Sanjay Lee. Dr. Nathan Liberty. Dr. Jason Lin. Dr. Jennifer Lin. Dr. John Loomis. Dr. Eric D. Masak. Dr. Rebecca Lynn Monternock. Dr. Stephen Mather. Dr. Taylor Patricia McIntosh. Dr. Anthony David Medina. Dr. Melina Deanne Moretti. Dr. Elise Mueller. Dr. Will David O'Brien. Dr. Dua Omer. Dr. Grady Keith Orwig. Dr. Moshaha Osman. Dr. Janki Patel. Dr. Janvi Jigger Patel. Dr. Stephen Presti. Dr. Davis Rickenberg. Dr. Samantha Ritter. Dr. Morgan Ryan. Dr. Marianne Saeed. Dr. Andrew Schemmel. Dr. Mitchell Schemmel. Dr. Courtney Virginia Schenkelberg. Dr. Megan Elizabeth Schick. Dr. Ethan Pierce Schultz. Dr. Rebecca Adele Scribano. Dr. John Sheehan. Dr. Abraham Shinati. Dr. Gavin Soppy. Dr. Taylor Streck. Dr. Lucy Claire Sundrup. Dr. Cassara Lee Thompson. Dr. Jason Zaya Tarosian. Dr. Tammy Tran. Dr. Dante Louis Vicini. Dr. Kelly Hong Vu. Dr. Ryan Mitchell Weber. Dr. Emily Wyenberg. Dr. Kaylee Christine Wolf. Dr. Xiaoxuan Xu. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduating PharmD class of 2025. Round of applause. At this time, I would like to ask President Wilson to come forward and provide some closing remarks.
To Cole's father, I don't think I have any humor or rhyme in this, but I think you'll approve anyway, right? So I am so honored to be here today to celebrate this commencement. It's such an important milestone for all of our graduates and for the university, quite frankly. And I'd like to just take a moment to offer my heartiest congratulations to all of these graduates who've worked so hard for the last several years and who are going to go out and do great things. I also want to take a moment to thank all of you in the audience, the family, friends, siblings, and just people who love these students. We are so grateful that you're here and that you trusted us to do great things with your students while they were here. And you've been such an important part of their academic journey. I know that as pharmacy students, you have made enormous sacrifices, and in many ways, these family members and friends and supporters have really helped you along the way. So I'm going to ask you, graduates, to do something a little unusual. I'd like you to stand up, find your people, and give them a big round of applause for all the support they've offered you. Please. Okay, now we got to stop. Okay. You'll have time to do more of that afterward. You are graduating from a very distinguished program that the University of Iowa is extremely proud of. You've heard this before, but the College of Pharmacy was founded in 1885. And for those who don't have a math mind, that's 140 years ago. It's the first public college of pharmacy west of the Mississippi. For that, we are very proud. We're also proud that 50% of the pharmacists who are working in the state of Iowa today have been educated here at the University of Iowa. And the UI College of Pharmacy alumni practice in 96 of the 99 counties in the state of Iowa. Graduates, we are so proud of your individual accomplishments that got you here today, and we know that you're going to go off and do great things, be part of the great Iowa pharmacy legacy. If you're staying in Iowa to practice, you will be joining a large and impressive Hawkeye professional community. For those of you who are moving on elsewhere, we're grateful that you will be bringing Iowa excellence to your communities beyond our state's borders. Even though we're saying farewell to you today, you of course will always, always be part of us. Your work here will remain a part of our foundation of excellence. And your work in the future will always reflect positively on your University of Iowa education. Now, as you go forward, I hope you'll promise to do 3 things. They're pretty easy, and they don't involve any tests, okay? First, wear your black and gold Hawkeye gear wherever you can. And if you have a little tiger hawk on it, what will people shout out to you when they see you? Go Hawks! Wherever you go, I promise that will happen. Second, use the skills of listening and communication that you have acquired here at Iowa to help make the world a better place. We need that more now than ever before. And third, continue to support and advocate for higher education and for the University of Iowa, of course. Once again, congratulations, good luck, and best wishes for great success in the wonderful years ahead of you. We are so very, very proud of you. Go Hawks.
I want to express my appreciation to our commencement speaker, Dr. Donald Latender. Thank you, Don, for being here today. President Wilson, faculty and staff, family and friends, all for being here to celebrate our graduates. Graduates of the class of 2025, as you step into the next chapter of your journey, whether that's entering practice, pursuing a residency, or exploring a different career path, I offer you my warmest congratulations. I'd also like to leave you with 3 hopes I have for each of you. First, I hope you believe in yourself. You will have hard days, you may feel uncertain at times, but you've worked hard, you've matured professionally, and you're ready. I have every confidence that you will make a meaningful difference in the lives of your patients. Second, I hope you carry a vision for your future. My own vision has always been to cure cancer and improve human health. Becoming a dean allowed me to expand that vision by supporting, training, and hopefully inspiring graduates like you. Whatever your vision may be, let it guide and energize you. And finally, don't be a stranger. You will always be part of the University of Iowa College of Pharmacy family. We hope you'll stay in touch, share your professional milestones, your baby pictures, fur, human, reptiles, anything, and your wisdom with the next generation. As you go forward, I encourage you to carry with you the legacy of Zeta Mary Cooper, one of our most distinguished alumni and faculty members. Known as the Grand and Glorious Lady of Pharmacy, she was a trailblazer who championed education, advocated for women in the profession, and believed deeply in the power of pharmacists to improve lives. Her legacy lives on in each of you as educators, leaders, and compassionate caregivers. And in the words of another proud Hawkeye, Caitlin Clark, all you have to do is dream, and you can be in moments like this, and here you are. We are so proud of you. We are so excited for your future, and for the future of our profession with you in it. That will conclude our remarks for today. Thank you, everybody. So now I will ask all attendees to please remain seated during the recessional. Graduates, please proceed to the staircase at the front of the lobby where we will assemble for a class photo. And once all the graduates have exited, the audience can depart at your convenience. So this concludes the 139th commencement of the University of Iowa College of Pharmacy.